The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the Kagos Radio Network and its website are those of the host, guest, and participants. UFO Talk Radio can, but does not necessarily promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only, and they are not intended to treat or diagnose and/or claim to cure any disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. All music is purchased and owned by LGA Broadcasting.
I got the windows rolled down, got the radio up, and I'm heading out of Vegas tonight. And it's a 1:30 on a 4-day run, and the desert is a welcome sight. I can see you there in that dress you wear, and it's keeping my foot on the gas. I'll drink a gallon of Joe just to make it back home and hold you in my arms at last. There's a full moon shining, lighting up the highway like a beacon of you. If I can make it on time, past a moonlit state line, I'll roll a diesel right on through.
Are you ready? What you are about to experience is real. Right along with us. From deep in the desert of Nevada, The Glenn Larry Show.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
I do bid you all welcome, everybody, wherever your time zone you might be in or where you're at, what town, country, whatever. I'll tell you, welcome to Kagos Radio, UFO Talk Radio, The Glenn Larry Show. And it has been a fun week, I'll tell you for sure. Say hello to all my ham operators out there at Worldwide Radio, K6RCL in Goodley, California, my midnight drivers. All the night drivers out there, thank you for tuning in. And to all my affiliates out there, and may I say, to the small broadcasters, AM, FM, low-powered stations out that carry our broadcast. That helps out a lot. And to all the podcasters that listen and tune us in also. Those that are listening right now, Oliver from, we're getting a lot of messages here, from all over the world. We do thank you so much. And we'll be back right after this.
Mom, you wanted to talk to me?
The calendar hypnosis into thumbtack cushion, completely tailwind. And sewing elephants plant before cartoon paper cups. So numbers renovate.
If your teenager is trying drugs or alcohol, would you know the right words to use?
Afterward, lightly fish scale. Doorbell.
Find out what to say at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
There's no typical meth user. I was from an upper middle class family. Meth is terribly addictive. My first time using it, I was hooked. There was no turning back. I lost my job. I was homeless. I never thought I'd see my family again. I have a great fear of meth because it took so much of me. I mean, it took everything. Meth took over my soul.
Visit our website at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Oh, how true can that be? I'll tell you for sure. If you've got a drug problem, let somebody know about it. Get some help. And I have a suicide hotline, by the way. It is 988. Now, if you have any weird thoughts about suicide, it's not worth it. It's the number 988. And we're back here on the Glenn Larry Show on a beautiful Wednesday night. Oh, the weekend has been nice up here in Good Springs, Nevada. What a great time I had with my friends down at the Pioneer Saloon. Yes, they had the ASSO Association. And, of course, I'm the first international, actually, a lifetime member, along with some other people. But number 63, and it goes way into the thousands and the thousands and the thousands of people now that are a member of that club. And it helps a lot of kids around Christmas, Thanksgiving, and helps support the town in many, many other ways. But check it out on the if you go to the Pioneer Saloon, their webpage, and look for the Asshole Association, push the link, and it'll have a little video of the miner. I think you'll get a kick out of that guy. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. A lot happening up here coming up in our little town of Good Springs. Of course, the third annual Country Music Showcase is happening April 20th through the 24th. Multiple acts, great entertainers, country band, and it's going to last all week long. For more information, contact again the Pioneer Saloon and their events. And you don't want to miss out on that because I know a lot of the entertainers that are coming up and they're just pure pro and unbelievable stuff. And of course, don't forget about November, the 14th, 15th, and 16th is, of course, the Las Vegas Fall Out celebration. Very unique. This 2025 is happening again, and they're all over the place. There's 3 locations they'll be doing this at, apparently. But for more information on that, please do contact the Pioneer Saloon. Get the information on what's going on in their fun life. The wonderful Pioneer. Boy, I had fun with the Old Man Liver, too. Oh, my goodness gracious. And, of course, we had the celebration of life for Karen Cobb. She's passed away. She was a bartender here for many, many years, and she was a great lady. A lot of fun. Boy, was she a lot of fun. She's going to be a lot of fun wherever she goes. I'll tell you for sure. Yes, anyway, but so much happening. We got Steve Darnell in town doing a great job with his cars in his shop over there. He's moving his welders to show up here, apparently. So a lot happening there. But we're going to have him on the show, by the way. And we're going to have him explain a lot of cool stuff about welding and the projects he's into, what he's done. I like Hold Hot Rods. I don't know about you guys out there, but they're a lot of fun. And it's always amazed me. I wish I could have been around it more as a kid, but yeah, fun stuff. So much happening in the world today. A friend of mine showed me this show called Skywatcher, and it is a great show. I saw it on YouTube. Look it up, Skywatcher. UFO, USOs, you name it. They are doing so much as you can imagine. They are investigating as every day. And these are some rich folks and some folks that are very well educated. And some just don't even care about, they want to know the facts. They are the real deal. They're not the fake, wannabe ufologist that, just read a book and now if they're interested and they want to be an investigator. No. These people have studied. And there was a couple of guys that just really not interested in it, but they want to know the facts, and they're scientists. They want to find out. And I'm going to show you something, which is totally cool. I came across this, and it was sent to me, and I thank God I did because it has to do with the show that I saw on the television, on YouTube. And these are all the new crafts that they're seeing. You got you look up those real carefully. Look at your screen. You've seen the cylinder type there, and of course it's called a jellyfish. That's been seen up here in Good Springs, by the way, by a guy has a little ranch up in the hills. He's told me to come out and look at this, man. It shows up every other night. So I think I just might go out there and take a look at that. I'll tell you the truth. But those are the new stuff that are, you have the one, the blob, you have the one that just kind of turns around and sparkles and turns different colors and whatever, different shapes. Yeah. And then you have the egg-shaped one, of course. And that is being seen now all over the place. And I'm telling you, it's during the daytime. It's during the daytime these things are happening. And it's the California desert that they're doing their investigation. And now they can summon them, bring them to them. And it's happening. So, with all that happening, what do you think? What do you actually think? Do you think that they're finally saying to themselves, all right, we're going to let you see us. This is the real deal. I don't know. I'm wondering myself. Gosh. If I saw this over Good Springs, I'd be calling everybody that I know. And I'd be filming it. I'd be on the radio live, the cameras in the air as much as they could. And there's a place out here that we go to that's where there's no light pollution. And you will see stuff like this, man. And now that they're getting not only way out in the space, you're seeing this type of stuff, but closer up. I mean, closer up. And we have quite an air traffic path past, of course, Good Springs. So we go elsewhere, deeper than the desert, deep in the desert, yeah, and see the stuff. So I'm like totally fascinated. Are you? fascinated with this? I mean, there you go. This is happening now. We talked last week about who are they, what do they want, and are these like UFO alien drones? Not ours, and they definitely say it's not Chinese. Have they taken some of these down? I don't know. I know that the round orb that they're getting, the silver orbs, you've seen it lately. Yeah, that's been held and seen, and those have shown up all over the world. Are we being seeded? Are we being prepared for this something to happen soon? A lot of stuff's happening on the Earth. Look at Yellowstone up in Montana. What's going on up there? That may explode. The volcano might just blow. And that's going to be devastating throughout the United States. Bison, the bears, the deer are all heading out of the park, out of that area. Heading to Utah. I don't know where they're going to go, but man, you got a farm and all of a sudden you got new animals, new friends. But yeah, pretty crazy stuff. Disasters everywhere. And boy, I've been praying for everybody as much as possible to see what happens. I got a friend, Kernville, Texas. What's happening down there? I'm wondering what's going on. I know that that's devastated and just so sickening, and it's terrible what happened down there. But I'd like to hear it from somebody around that area that might call. And how are things going? What's been happening? What do you know? I've had some pictures sent to me, but I'm going to wait on a call. If hope that person will call me, and it may happen. So that's disaster. And you have disaster after disaster after disaster. Then you got this and that going on. You got the politics crap going on. And things are going on all over the world. London's having problems. Everybody's having problems. But I try to take it day by day. And I can only pray about it. I can't solve the problems. I can give you information. We can always have hope. We always have celebration about the great things. And just have some celebration about some miracles, maybe. Who knows? Yes. Of course, a couple of days ago, I was out in my yard, and there were some folks that rode by on horses. Yeah. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop. I'm looking around. What is that? Looked up, and there were 3 or 4 people on horses. Yeah, they came on down from Sandy Valley and enjoying their side ride on the way down. I guess they have a trail. Wouldn't it be fun to go out on that trail and on horseback, right out of Good Springs, with my portable transmitter, broadcasting on the horse or my cowboy hat? Yeah, it'd be fun. Yeah, pretty crazy. Fallout's coming out. Can't wait for that event. That's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be broadcasting right here from the station about the folks being up here and stuff. Fun folks. Honest, good, happy, never a problem. And they pick up their litter. They're just good, well-behaved. Imagine 4 to 5, 600,000, 6,000 people. 6,000 people up here doing all sorts of stuff, having fun, but in control. I don't believe it. But only here in Good Springs. Great place. Yeah, we haven't got the car air conditioning going yet. But it's been in the 80s, not too bad. And some cool front coming in somehow. And so it hasn't been that bad for me. How is the weather on your side of the country? Are you hot? Are you cold? What's the haps? Give us a call. Let us know what you're doing. What do you think what's going on around the country today? The wild, crazy stuff. It's a wow. Give me a wow. Give me a good one. Maybe open the lines up. Hopefully I'll get that call from Kernville. Anybody down there, tell me what's happening down there. What's the haps? And what's going on in Texas, and New Mexico, all through that area. I'd like to hear. And we're going to open our lines up And we'll have that special line open, of course, too.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada. Lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Now, here again, Glenn Larry.
This is, you're on the air, go ahead. It's Glenn Larry. Glenn Larry, you're on the air, go ahead.
Hello, Glenn. This is Thomas in Kerrville.
Hello, sir. You're on 1114. That's good. We got you through. The other line was just ringing at the same time. Switched to right over. Incredible. That's great. Well, you're down there in Texas, my friend. And what is going on in that area now? You were there when it all happened, correct?
Yes. Actually, for us, I'd say it started the night before on December 3rd.
Okay.
My mom and I, we went into town, and there's one main bridge that goes into downtown Kerrville. We call it the Sidney Baker Bridge. And going over, they were getting ready for the July 4th celebration with the fireworks and bands and things like that. And on the bridge, you could see the bandstand was set up and RVs and, people getting ready for the celebration.
Right.
Well, anyways, on July 4th, the morning of, I received a call from my daughter, and she sent me a video that somebody had taken that was crossing over the Sidney Baker Bridge. And in that video, you could see that the water. Now, normally, the water is maybe about 75 feet wide on the river, and it's about 40 feet from the bottom of the bridge.
Yeah, I'm showing the picture.
So in the video that I was watching, you could see that the water was probably about 3 feet from the bottom of the bridge. So, and with that, my first comment was, oh my God, what about all those people that were setting up for July 4th? Because at that point, they have like a bandstand that was built there by the city.
Right.
And at that point, all you could see was the roof of it. But all the RVs and the vehicles that I had seen parked there on the 3rd,
right,
all you could see is just rushing water. And so a little bit later, my mom and I, we went down into town, and we were, looking at the river, and it was incredible. There was so much debris in the water, and there's another bridge that's low lying, and I just wanted to show my mom. See, at this point, I wasn't really aware of the severity, but I took my mom to a road that's called G Street, and it's a low-lying bridge. And right then, you could see it was a little bit different than some of the flooding we've had in the past. There were cars on the railing of the bridge. And we asked people that were around there, was anybody still in the cars, because you couldn't really see in them. And they said there wasn't. But we drove home because the rain was still going. And then we started checking on Facebook, and that's when we started to find out, and then calling other people, that what happened at Camp Mystic with the 27 young girls that got swept away by the water. But also there were campgrounds that had RVs and cabins that had gotten swept away.
Right.
So after hearing about all that, a couple days later, when we were able to get back and look, the devastation that we witnessed, it looked, words can't describe. There were 400-year-old cypress trees, good, strong trees that were tall, in thick trunks. They had just been flattened by the power of the water.
Wow.
And so we're talking about miles and miles of this, where the landscape as far as that river has been completely changed. They actually found a trailer house 27 feet below the river surface, buried in gravel.
Oh my Lord.
And even at this point, it's something I think the town is still in shock.
I imagine.
And it's something we're aware that it's going to take a long time to overcome. Which brings me to the response, because there's a lot of things being posted on the media, like Facebook and other places.
Mm-hmm.
And being here, I actually was very impressed with the response time. Even when my mom and I were down there while this was all still occurring, we could see that there were special vehicles that were in town that were already starting to do search and rescue.
Beautiful.
And it wasn't that much longer that we ended up with 14 helicopters that were doing search and rescue missions. And then we had, like, the Coast Guard, the National Guard showed up. We saw a Black Hawk helicopter, and there were search and rescue teams coming from other states and all around the country, all around the state.
Yeah, very aware of that. Unbelievable.
Right, we ended up with, most of the towns showed up as well to volunteer to do search and rescue, but they really wanted the guys that were experienced, because it is dangerous.
Oh, yes.
Down in there. But we ended up with like 1,500 people that were experienced search and rescue guys and gals that were down in there, searching and doing rescue. So I was really, really actually happy to see that and proud to be a citizen of Kerrville, because we all pulled together. But then again, it wasn't just Kerrville. This flood affected town like Name of Hunt. That's where the Camp Mystic was, and a couple other camps. There was a Boy Scout camp that got affected by it. And then Ingram, and then we're Kerrville, and then Center Point,
mm-hmm.
and then Comfort, and Sandy Creek, and other towns all along down to Canyon Lake. It's where the water eventually ends up. But I don't know if you're. Go ahead, Larry.
I said that lake must be just over. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, that ended up in that lake. I know about where that's at. Home.
Right. Well, I guess it went from a drought situation to where the river or where the lake was filled.
Yeah.
But one of the things that has come up, especially from a friend of mine named Renee, if she's listening, she's really been doing a lot of research, and it turned out that she's finding a document that they actually seeded the clouds on a couple days before July 4th. Now, they're saying that didn't have any effect as far as creating the flood that badly, but it is, it does raise questions, because
here it is.
We've had floods in the past, that I've seen, but they've never reached the extent that this one was.
Right. And that amount of time.
Right. This one, I had the stats up there, but I don't know where they kind of like disappeared off the computer screen. See, they're at it already. They're deleting stuff. But But
They will do that. They'll do that. Plus, just go ahead.
But anyways, the river normally is, like I said, is probably about 35 to 40 feet down from the bottom of the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like within 45 minutes, it was, almost up to the bottom of the bridge. And it actually didn't have that much further to go at Louis Hayes Park. Had it gone any further up, it actually, would have been, I don't want to say like a lot worse, but
right.
It would have flooded some of the, like the shopping mall and grocery store that's down there. But, Renee was able to find a document on the NOAA website where they have a project where they call it rain enhancement.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's something that they did a couple days before. And, and anybody could go on the NOAA website and find these things. So it's, other than the devastation that we had here, again, this is something we won't get over for a long time because the scuba divers that are working on the river right now and some of the other, they're having to be scrubbed down when they get out.
Of course.
Because you had the vehicles that went in the water that had, like diesel fuel and gasoline, and then, other things that were put into the water from the flood.
Exactly.
And so they've been detecting contaminants. So, and people that are out there, say prayers for the search and rescue guys and the volunteers that are down there still looking and still working to clear the river. Because, only God knows what they're subjected to.
Yeah, they must get some shots of something for hepatitis and whatever. And, you're going to get mosquitoes. I mean, this is going to snowball into something else. And my gosh. Wow. Yeah.
Right. And they are. They've been inoculated. But, then we have the other thing, too, is the animals.
Yes.
The animals in the riverbed have all been probably, affected. And some of those animals happen to include in Texas, we have quite a few venomous snakes.
Right.
We have the water moccasins, the copperheads.
Right.
And then the timber rattlesnake.
Mm-hmm.
So those guys that are getting into the water during the searches are having to deal with that too. And I don't know, it's just something I hope I never see again. But the other thing is too, I know a lot of attention has been brought to Kerrville and the area because of, especially with Camp Mystic and the young girls.
Of course.
But people that have been watching the news, New Mexico had a flood where people were killed, where they had houses that were, floated down the river. And then there's other places like Austin, some of the areas around Austin got hit by flooding. They had flooding up in the San Angelo area. And then, of course, it wasn't that long ago that in the Carolinas with the hurricane.
Yes.
Where they had that massive flooding.
Right. My word.
So something that you asked earlier, is this normal or is something going on?
Exactly. I mean, it's just happening. Things are happening all at once. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It almost sometimes makes you wonder if there's some kind of a weapon that's being used, because also in the news, China had major flooding. So I don't know if there's like a back and forth going on. But
interesting.
Well, look how long ago was the fire in California what was it, Palisade Park?
Mm-hmm.
Pacific Palisades?
The thing in Hawaii?
Right, and the thing in Hawaii?
Yeah.
the fires that they had down there, or so.
How suspicious was that?
Right.
Something very suspicious there. And, I remember a lady calling a radio station accusing the weatherman that he's controlling the weather. And we all sat around and laughed. We said, who can control the weather? Well, my friends, we can. And something with a roar, I think. Honestly, I think so. Something with a roar. Something was wrong. Something happened. Something happened. And I guarantee you will never know. Will this happen again in another place? Maybe a rural area? Wipe it out? Who knows? Yeah. Something's going on.
Right, and it kind of points out the importance of being prepared. Now, one of the things that's coming up is that we weren't warned in time. That there should have been like sirens in place, or the people along the river, they shouldn't have been there.
Right.
Well, if you really think about that, I don't know how valid it is to say, well, you shouldn't have built your house next to the river. The thing is, if you look around at any place that somebody lives, there's something you could point out that could become, hazardous to your health at some point.
Exactly.
For some reason.
Yes.
Living in that area in California near the coast, that city had been there for how many years?
Mm-hmm.
Whoever thought that the fires would go all the way to the ocean?
Right.
And
so houses on stilts. I mean,
right.
I never got that. Earthquake in California. I mean, that's a little different. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, is that as far as being prepared, is that if you do live in a particular area, find out what hazards could be possible.
Yeah.
And then, you should have a good water supply on hand and food to last you a little bit of time.
An idea where everybody's going to go and meet.
Exactly.
That's important. A spot where we know this is going to, and have stuff stored somewhere along the way to get there, maybe too. Ice a flashlight, a radio. I'm telling you, AM, FM radio, little transistor radios. I mean, they come in like you wouldn't believe it, handy. And because power goes out, your battery in your cars are gone, but you got the little transistor radio in the backpack of the other stuff. You're going to hear what's going on the local station. I really stress that. Now, we're not selling radios, so, but no, they need to do that. And, they should have some type of a pill that goes into water that, purifies water, of course. They got them on. They have all sorts of stuff in these camping areas, stores and stuff that you can get. And you hear about all this prep food and all that, And see, my luck, I would have all this, but I couldn't get to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like the guy who builds the bomb shelter or whatever, and he didn't make it. Neighbors were there. But no, it's serious. They've got to plan.
Well, it is, and the other thing too, though, is what came out of this was how much power that water had.
Wow. Yes. Unbelievable.
I sent you that picture.
This pole.
But there's it was a cement pole.
There it is, right there.
That was just knocked over, and then, well, you can't see in the picture because it's not there anymore. There was a picnic bench that was made out of cement with a covering.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just the only sticking out of the ground is the rebar. And then also too, there's a picture of a guardrail, and it looks like a Twizzler.
Yeah, that would
be. Thing's been just completely twisted up.
I didn't download this.
There's full size like F-250s that were buried in the gravel.
Yeah.
That there were full size RVs that got wrapped around the trees,
Mm-hmm.
30 feet up in the air.
Wow.
And so in witnessing in seeing that, it's just, I think the other folks that are witnessing this are just like speechless, because it's something that you never thought you would see. I mean, it literally looks like a bomb went off and just knocked everything down. I had this. They said that like Niagara Falls is 75,000 gallons an hour,
Okay. Yes.
and they're saying in this storm, the water monitors at a certain point, I think about between 4 and 6 a.m. in the morning, they were measuring that water was going at 240,000 gallons a second. Can you imagine that? 240,000 gallons a
I can't
second?
fathom. I can't. It's just unbelievable. Wow, that's just crazy, man. You know, now, folks out there listening right now, I know it's just quite depressing. It's fascinating how weather and nature really works, and maybe whatever help that nature got on this. But I'm sure they've got hundreds of places that people can send money, blankets, and what have you. Do you have any information like that at all? Would they send to the Red Cross, you would think? I know there must be websites but I want bona fide websites that they can go to.
That's one of the unfortunate things in situations like this. Anytime that there's a disaster, and I know with this one, that a lot of phony websites pop up.
Oh man,
it
makes me mad.
And they mimic the fire stations.
Yeah.
So, like Hunt is a volunteer fire department.
Right.
So, if you want to donate, I think the best thing to do is to either contact like Kerr County itself, or some of the other, like Comfort is actually in a different county than Kerr County.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Kendall County, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Sandy Creek. See, a lot of the communities that are further away that were affected also.
Yeah.
I don't want to say they got ignored, but I don't think they're getting as much attention.
Right.
But to contact the local fire department and ask them what they need and where you can donate
right.
to the fire department directly. Or, like I said, to contact the county government itself. That way you can be sure that it's going to the right place. And you can ask them what they need.
Right. Boy, I pray that the funding's coming in. All that money, those is done, it's got whatever. It should go right for things just like this. And
oh yeah,
I mean, big time.
That's the thing. You have a lot of people. It's like one outside group that came in and has done an awful lot of work. And I don't really mean to exclude anybody else, but they call themselves the Cajun Navy.
Oh wow.
And they've done a lot of tremendous work here, and they jumped right on it. And the gentleman, his name escapes me, but he's been updating every day the work that they've been doing and what they've been finding, what their plans are. But they've been incredible, as all the other, they've had volunteers come in from other states, I believe, like Minnesota.
Right.
And then, other cities like Houston so the response has been, that's one thing that brought, it brings me to tears, really, because to see how many volunteers are stepping up to help. But that's something I think we need to do around the country, is when things happen is, everybody steps up and we set all our differences aside and work as a team to bring healing to the area.
Yes.
That's important too, and this is something that'll take a lot of time. But again, with the donation part is to contact the the volunteer fire departments or the county governments directly.
Right. Get the right address and all that stuff. You betcha.
Right, you get it from them instead of, sending it to a website that actually might not be connected.
Yeah. All of a sudden, China's getting that money. God, unbelievable.
Right.
You know.
And the scammers jump on it right away.
Yeah. Boy, they're out there.
Right.
Unbelievable. I hope they get caught and prosecuted somehow, some way. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I hope they do. My God.
Well,
Gosh, Thomas, I want to thank you so much for the information, and I want to know what's going on down there, because all of a sudden it's on the news and it's off the news and you don't hear anything, and people seem to forget disasters like this. This is unbelievable. I mean, it's like the Twin Towers in many ways, and the stuff that goes on. Massive disaster like this. We can't forget. I know that's a different type of thing in a way, but I'm trying to compare it to wake up. It happened, and we needed to attend it, stay on it, take care of these people, not just help and walk away. We got to really stick to this, stick to these folks, help them out. And I think we tend to forget, and I don't know what the word for it is, but we need to keep them in our hearts and our prayers, and if we can do anything for them, that's the key. And again, anything for your own community. You need to help out your community. You're a volunteer. It's so important. So many people are having problems out there, are poor. Some people can't eat. Thank God the food banks and stuff like that help out, and people make donations. And I know there's a couple of people in this town do so much. And thank you. They help a lot of people, and I'm sure you do yourself. But again, Thomas, I want to thank you so very much for calling. I knew you were down there. I was praying, maybe I hope he hears me, because you did send me these pictures, and I put them up just to make sure I had them, and it worked out just perfect. So, gosh.
Okay, good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I will say a lot of the pictures that people are seeing on the news, where they're saying, "Oh my goodness," it's actually worse than that.
Yeah.
But we're at a point now. I mean, there's still there was approximately like 160 people missing, and through the hard work and diligence of a lot of other people, they dropped the number down to 3. Now there's a little bit of a disagreement. They do think that there's other people that are missing, which could be. I mean, it's a hectic situation. I mean, see, that's what makes something like this scary. Is it could have been any one of us. Yes. How many times have people said, "You know what? I think I'd like to spend a vacation like at the Colorado River,
right?
Like maybe a riverfront property in
right.
Laughlin or Bullhead City,
right?
And if the dam went, that would be the end of that." So I mean, it's like, that's another thing too. Well, I think it brings also up, if there's things in your life that you want to do it. Don't say, "Oh, you know what? I'll wait till tomorrow or the next day or the next week."
Yeah.
It's like, if you want to go out there and like learn how to paint pictures or do stained glass work, do it.
Exactly. Yeah. You never know when your time's up. Yeah. Again, sir, thank you kindly, and we'll be talking to you again. You're so much fun to talk to.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me on, and God bless you, Larry, and you stay safe too.
Will do. Have a wonderful week. Be well. God bless. Yes, interesting guy, very talented, and he was there. What do you do? You're on the air of this Glenn Larry show. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you from?
Glenn, this is Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. How are you doing? We haven't heard from you.
Well, thank you very much. I have a bit of a cold. I have a little bit of a cold today. Not really a cold, but something. And when you're speaking and have a little bit of a hoarse like a frog in your throat, Glenn. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I have. You think you have Vegas throat or something like that? I don't, it's
Oh,
kind
it just could be, the weather. It gets dry. That's what my doctor says.
of okay.
My throat gets dry, and
Yeah.
I just have to, and sometimes my nose and yes too.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
I'm calling because I did hear you were talking about that terrible flooding down here in Texas.
Yes, just terrible.
That's a terrible, terrible situation down there, and those poor people and those kids at that camp.
Yes, very, very, very sad. Normally I wouldn't have some. Well, I did it because people need to hear about this, and especially for someone that lives there. It's right there, and I said to myself, well, I'll go with this, and people need to know, and need to know that they've heard, but it's very serious. And
well, of course, my brother. I don't know if you remember, my brother does have a church in Texas, so we have family there. Yeah, but his church is in the Houston area, and this flooding business it happened over there by the San Antonio. Are you familiar with Texas, Glenn?
Yes, I am. Go ahead.
It's by the San Antonio area.
Okay.
This flooding. So it's a little bit. Texas is a big state, Glenn. So it's far away from Houston, but they are. My brother is, getting donations and trying to help these people.
Wonderful.
These poor people.
Yes. That's wonderful what he's doing.
In the Texas, the people in Texas, they have a really good heart, and they love their neighbors, and they really do pitch in and help out when they can. Unlike, nothing is against Las Vegas, but sometimes we're a little distant here, as opposed to some of the other areas in the United States, Glenn.
Okay, all right. I know when we have a lot of people do a lot of things here in Vegas to help out too. If we have a disaster, we're quite sure that people would come together. Yeah.
I just find it that you, even in my neighborhood, I have to, initiate the neighborly activities,
right,
and initiate the, being neighborly to one another. Otherwise, people will just go about their business, Glenn.
Yes, that's true. Now you have a group of girls, ladies that you meet with.
We do. We get together, and it's the UFO group, the ladies UFO group.
Yes.
Anyway, we've been doing that for a couple of years now, since I started calling into your show, and we always get together at least once a month. And we any kind of stories that we've heard,
right,
or any kind of Jandis has a son who's in the Air Force, so sometimes she'll hear stories too, Glenn. And we go outside, and we have binoculars, and we look at the sky, and you never know what you might see, Glenn.
No, you never know. Have you guys ever seen anything? I know you were going to do something.
Lights that have been unidentified.
Right.
And, there are lights that are moving irregular. And it happens quite often, especially near the mountain range. Wow. So we're in Summerlin, Glenn. So we're all the way up, and as far as you can go, and then the mountain range is there, Glenn.
Yes. You don't think they're planes? Maybe.
Well, we can see planes, and most of the time the planes have a flashing light.
Yeah.
Or you could, you see the what is it? The trajectory of the plane, Glenn. What is this? Where they fly normally.
Oh yeah, the flying zone, the flying patterns,
the flight plan.
Right.
The zone, Glenn. That's
zone, flight zone.
And they're pretty typical on that.
Yes.
And then sometimes we'll see something that's not.
Yeah.
And we'll that's something different. We'll say,
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, gosh, now you were You were do some ghost hunting too. I thought you were going to do something like that, or you did. Or you haven't got back with me some report or something you were going to do, as I remember.
Well, that was not Janice. That was Candace.
Oh, Candace.
And she had the rental. She had the rental.
Rental, yes. How's that working out?
I never did get around with that, Glenn. Just kind of. I'll be quite honest. It did give me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies, if you will.
Okay, all right.
And she wanted to, go in there with some kind of equipment.
Yeah.
Get it on Amazon. You can buy this stuff on Amazon now.
Right. You sure can.
And she wanted to go there and, take some readings and this type of thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going during the day, but at night it was, we went over there. I did not go in.
No.
Because it was nighttime, Glenn.
Okay.
And I was scared to death. I'll be quite honest, Glenn.
Yeah. Well, I would be too. I don't like to go do things like that. They come to me. I have a haunted place where I live.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Things happen here.
Huh.
Pretty crazy. Things have happened in the radio station.
Now your place is a bit older. Is this what I understand?
Oh yeah, it's 1911 it was built, and
because our house is quite new. It's only about 5 years old. I don't know if I told you, it is a custom home in the Summerlin area.
Yes.
That we had built to our specs, so nobody else has lived in the house. So that's always good to know that there hasn't been any, somebody dying or some kind of weird activity or anything that can be. I hear they can be passed on.
Yes, it can be, but I don't know. I mean, do you believe that your husband would come back and haunt you if he passed away? He would probably hang out in the garage with his beer and
Who's Steve?
Yeah, his lawn chair. Yeah.
Hold on.
If he's,
Let us know if you would come back and haunt me if you died. What? No, he wants to know if you would. Hold on. If you died, would you come back and haunt me?
Probably not. Once I'm dead, I'm done. I'm going on trying to meet other people.
He said no. He's going to meet other people when he's dead.
I heard that. Yeah. Well, good. Yeah. All right.
Hold on. Other women? Is that what it is?
Maybe I'm dead.
See, but that's terrible.
Yes. Yeah. Well.
Other women.
Unbelievable. Well,
Barb. Who cares?
I care. I care, Steve.
I care. That's wonderful. Oh, gosh. Yes.
Anyway, I don't know about this. It sounded good when we were talking about it.
Right. Yeah.
And then when it came down to it, maybe I just lost my nerve. So Janice, I said, I'd rather come over here during the day. This nighttime business is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I bet it does. Gosh. Well, Barbara, thank you for calling us. We appreciate you.
Well, you're welcome, Glenn. I did get your notification that you were live.
Yes.
I get that on my phone sometimes. Now,
Good.
if I'm home, I don't know if you mind. I do give you a ring if I'm home.
Okay,
and I get the
good.
notification, and I've got nothing going on.
Great.
And I'll give you a call if that's okay, Glenn.
Yeah, if you have to be in Mexico or everywhere when you travel, whatever, if you get the notification, please do call Barbara. We'd like to know what you're up to.
Well, see, if I'm out and about, sometimes I can't call. I can't get out. I can't get away, or I'm doing something at a show, and that's why.
Well, sure.
But I still get the notification, Glenn.
Well, good.
Now, if I'm on vacation, it depends. If we're relaxing, and just relaxing on the balcony or something like this, and I've got nothing going on, sure, I'll give you a ring. It'd be wonderful.
Well, wonderful. We do appreciate you. We enjoy you. Yeah, we really do. And love your stories. You're a lot of fun. And we thank you for being a part of K-Ghost, UFO Talk Radio.
It's a pleasure, Glenn, to be associated with you. And, it's I've called your show
Mm-hmm.
and been involved with your show and this business as well.
Okay. Well, again, we do thank you, and have a wonderful week. All righty?
You too, Glenn, and God bless. And well, we'll see you later, Glenn.
Bye-bye, Barbara. Take care.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
There's Barbara. It's fantastic that she calls. It really kind of levels off the show here, everything that's been going on. She's supported the show for years since we started the show, to tell you the truth. We had a phone call. We used to have a guy named Roy would call up or something like that. He was an old Grand War vet who was would call up, and then Donnie, a guy named Donnie, he'd call up, and I'm sure they'll be calling up within sometime soon, because I know that the place is reopened up there where he used to work. I don't know what he's doing now, but yeah, we fun people. I love phone calls. We got time for one more on 1114, and I'll let Ross give that number out. Ross, go ahead.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Pahrump lines are open at 775-990-8275. That's 775-990-8275.
Yeah, there you go. Man, Ross, man, he's unbelievable. Ross Mitchell. What a voice, huh? He did other stuff for Art Bell and Joe Rogan and a bunch of other folks. Did some stuff for them, too. And wonderful person. Very talented. I know a lot of voice over folks that do stuff like this, and they're quite worried about AI, artificial intelligence. And now you could just ask for something or do it and then redo it, and it's something, or copy his voice, something like that. It's terrible. Yeah. And that's where the brakes have to be put on, I think, with AI. Don't you think? Yeah. Big celebration. I guess Trump's really pushing the AI thing. I don't know what that's all about, but it's interesting. But we need to have control on AI. I mean, there's so much phony news out there and so many platforms in the media. And I'm watching a guy talk, and it's not a real person. But you can only say there's a little glitch in it. I mean, maybe it'll have a screen which will know that that's AI. It's not a real person. Even in the news, you have this news desk, open news, open line, just live news, whatever, and it's not a real newsroom, But I've seen the best at these shows, at the broadcasting show, and they do have some cool stuff that they use for green screen, blue screen, and all that stuff. And the software programs are incredible. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but they do use that stuff. But I'm saying to be someone that's not real at all and let AI give them knowledge of speech and thought. And we're believing it. Or it just gets out there and it starts a whole new ruckus. It snowballs and snowballs. Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. That's going to be watched. And that might be promoted by one of our enemies. Seriously. Every day, as they say, your identity is being stolen. You're being hacked. We are being hacked in the United States 24 hours. We're being bothered by all these different countries trying to ruin us and ruin our financial system and everything you can think of. So we got people on it. And if you want to be a part of that, the government helping us out, get involved. Go apply. For all means, if you've got talent, they could use it and do it the right way. Yeah. We all have to do our part to protect our country. Yes, our nation, the United States of America. So with that, I do deeply want to thank you for listening. I do want to use a couple thank you. Well, we might see what we got here. So we got another call. You're on the air. Welcome. And what's your name and where you're from?
All right.
Hey, how you doing, my friend? How is Florida?
Florida is good.
Good.
Florida is good. The highest temperature it's been this week was 102.
102. This is Ken in Florida, everybody. You've heard him before. 102.
I've never seen that. I've never seen 102 in Florida. 95, 98. But it went to 102.7.
I wonder who turned that up.
Well, you never know. You never know what's going on when you got bombing all over the world. Your weather's going to change.
Yes, I agree with you.
But I did hear about that seeding in Texas before the storm.
Okay, you did.
I heard they seeded it. I'm not sure, but if they did, they're going to lie about it anyhow. So
Yeah, I believe that too. I really do.
They can create some real good stories.
Yeah, I didn't believe it at first, but then I started reading more about it, hearing more about it, and there's other agencies that do that type of stuff, and I saw a complete film on the whole thing. Yes, I think you're right.
Well, they hit us with chemtrails. We see them.
You do.
Oh, they say that comes from a jet. No, I live right here at the airport. I know it comes from a jet. That's a white streak that dissipates real quick. These are long and they get real wide, and they're chemtrails.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it's also chemicals and all sorts of stuff, and they're spraying over us. They do it over fields for years and through over the desert to do certain stuff in the desert. I mean, come on,
So I remember back in the 60s, they seeded the clouds back then.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that's just now starting, but I heard they did it in Texas, and what the chemicals they're using now may be a lot better than what they had back then.
Oh, I guarantee it.
And that was terrible, man.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that.
Unbelievable.
Now, I remember the 72 flood. They told it was going to crest at 16 foot. And then they said 18.
Huh.
And then they said 21, and probably close to 33 foot it crested.
Mm-hmm.
So that was 1972 in Pennsylvania, the Susquehanna River. And I just found out here not too long ago that the Susquehanna River is the oldest river in the world. They say it's 300 million years old.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, 300 million years old.
Wow. That's another wow.
It's the oldest river in the world.
Isn't that incredible? Is that in history books? They should have it in history books.
But the river's not clean like it used to be.
No, muddy and dirty.
It's supposed to be, but you got all these sewer plants dumping them chemicals in, and it's just not like it was when I was a kid.
You don't eat the fish out of that river.
No, I wouldn't eat the fish out of that river no more. I did when I was a kid.
Yeah, well, that was different. Yeah, quite different.
Now they got spots on them with the worm in them.
What?
Yeah, they got a sore on them about the size of a dime, and they got a white worm in them.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, I had that store there along the river for 23 years.
Uh-huh.
That fishing was really good back in the day, but then I seen it going downhill, and I figured it's time to bail out.
Yeah, you knew it was time to go, huh?
And then that one winter, we had the second storm, and that ice come down the river, and it got down there at the bridge, and it didn't move the bridge too much, and it backed up, and we got 3 foot in about 15 minutes before that bridge left loose out in Harrisburg. So she said, I'm not going through this again. We're going to get rid of this storm. That's what we did.
Yeah. It's done it before, though. So, I mean.
Yeah, it was in the store once before, but it was in the summertime.
Yeah.
And this one happened in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And it went down to, I think, 5 or 6 below zero. And all that water around my house and the ice had backed up from it. It just took forever to get rid of it. I had to get a backhoe in there and push it on down out of my parking lot. So I could get people into the store. I mean, it was a... 72 flood was a nasty one.
You had your own skating ring there. in your parking lot. Yeah. Well, listen, Ken.
I appreciated Barbara coming on. I haven't heard her for a while.
Was it nice to hear her? Yeah, it was. She always had interesting things to say. I love her. And
it was nice to hear from her husband a little bit.
Yeah, he stays in the background, Yeah.
She said, I'm taking in overtime.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to pay taxes on overtime,
yeah, I know. I don't have to. I run the station.
comes taking care of the tax on overtime.
There you go. Good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good here. I have my own show, so I can go a little longer if I want. But you know what? I want to thank you so much, Ken.
Well, I wish I'd come out there to see you there, but that's a long way.
It's a long way. I'll make it up there that way. Well, maybe earlier in the year of this next year coming up with the chief and some other folks. And
the chief got a place around here someplace.
Yeah.
Wherever it is, it's not too far from me because I'm in the middle of the state.
Well, that's good. We can make it out there. So, I mean, I got a lot of folks that I got to go to England. I got to go back to Santa Barbara. Bang, boom, bang. I'm trying to get things done. But then find a kitty sitter, for my kitty cat. But that's not stopping me. I will come out and see you. Trust me.
Did you get that air conditioning fixed in that Cadillac?
I wish I would. I got the fan motor going, and we're going through the system now. It's holding the stuff, and we're waiting to. We bled out all the air, so it's the clutch or it's a connection. All the fuses are good, so it's got to be something going on. So we're going to the controller.
Let's be on in there. He's got to vacuum that system first.
Yes, he did. He did that.
He vacuumed it.
Purged it out. Yeah, he got all the air.
Yeah, then you should have good cold air.
It's cold. The cylinders are cold. All the lines are cold. Nothing's. It wants to blow, but the clutch is not starting to work. The pump or whatever it's called. So we're going to look at that. That's tomorrow's project. I tell you, I had doctor's appointments today. Boy, two of them unbelievable.
What was your temperature out there, Larry?
Today's temperature was like 93, 94. We had a little cool wind. Earlier yesterday, it was like in the 80s, late 80s.
That's not bad temperature.
No, not bad for this time of year, but we had a nice little colder wind come through. I don't know where that came from.
2 days in a row, we hit 102 degrees.
Maybe you got some of our stuff.
102.
102, buddy.
I
Yeah.
mean, you can go out and walk around my pool because I got school deck.
Yeah. What about humidity?
The concrete doesn't get cold.
What was your humidity up there?
It just stays a certain temperature and don't burn your feet. It don't get real hot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these swimming pools, they put that regular concrete around there, man. It gets too hot. You can't walk on it.
Oh, yeah.
But when they use this cool top, you can walk on it.
Oh, okay. I think that's what my buddy has on his pool. Well, listen,
That's
Ken.
something you got to learn.
Yes.
Cool top.
Cool top. I will. Listen, I got to go, Ken. I want to thank you so much. And we'll be talking hopefully next week. You got some fun shows coming up there, too. All right, buddy?
Well, I'll be around. I
good. I hope so, too. You'll be around.
You have a good one, Larry.
You
Take
too.
care.
God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Again, folks, thank you so much. This is Glenn Larry with K-Ghost Radio, UFO Talk Radio, having fun. Be kind, have fun, and play nice.